I hope my everything is visible, right? Hey guys, this is Satyajit Pattnaik, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to a brand new episode on a Power BI end-to-end dashboard. So just give me a second so that let me check everything is all right. Hello, hello. People have started joining in, so just give me 1 second. Let's wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll quickly start because many people might miss out. So we will quickly start in 2 more minutes. Before that, just giving you a idea about today's session. It's going to be on one of the use cases. It's hate crime in USA. Now, if you don't know about hate crime, I have a lot of slides covering what exactly is hate crime, and we'll try to understand what exactly is that, and then I'll talk about the data, and then we will talk about how to do analysis using that particular data, and then we'll see how to create a dashboard using Power BI. And of course, after the Power BI dashboard is created, we'll also see how to deploy it. Okay, so yes, people are joining in. Can somebody confirm if my voice is audible or not in the chat box? Hi Saikat, hi Vaishalini. Just confirm if my voice is audible or not, and then we'll quickly start. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Just let me know in the chat box itself if my voice is inaudible during the session or any time, because I have some issues with my speaker with my headphone, and of course I'm watching every comment through my phone. So these are the common issues which happen when I don't have a speaker. So anyways, let's get started, guys. This is Satyajit Patnaik, and I hope everybody knows about me, whoever is watching. And today's video is about an end-to-end Power BI project, and of course this is meant for data analysts and the business analysts. So whenever, let's say, I don't have much projects in my particular channel, but whenever I prepare some project, I don't just prepare the model part, I prepare end to end. Now when I say end to end, many people skip the first and the last part, which is the business understanding and the deployment part. So when I speak about an end-to-end project, that includes the business understanding, that includes the exploratory data analysis, that includes the model building part, and again the deployment part. So again, for this particular case, we don't have any model because it's just a simple Power BI dashboard which we are going to create based on the insights that we get. So let's get started. So the first 15-20 minutes will be theoretical. So just bear with me and try to understand about this particular topic, which is also a social topic. Many people know about it and many people don't know about it. So let's talk about that. And of course, our end product will be a beautiful Power BI dashboard. I haven't I had created one version of it, but in front of you, I will create a latest version, and then I will show you how to navigate between pages and all those things. Apart from that, I also have two more projects ready. So I'll not be doing live session on that, but I'll be releasing videos soon. So the videos will be coming to the channel within a week or so, and you can have a look at it. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, in case you're new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified on my future videos. In case you have any questions, just ping in the chat box. I'm already having a look on the chat box as well. So I will quickly respond to your queries. Okay, this is going to be the agenda for today's meeting, today's discussion. Defining hate crime, trying to understand what exactly is hate crime. How many types of hate crime do we have? How do we do the data gathering part? Exploratory data analysis, then we'll go ahead with the Power BI dashboard creation, and then we'll go ahead with the dashboard deployment. Now why I choose this topic is very it's very relevant, because this is one of the use cases which was given to I would not say one of my students, but one of my cousins, one of my relatives who is staying in Germany. So basically she got this particular use case to analyze everything and create a Power BI dashboard. Of course, her interview is has finished long back, so I started to I wanted to have a look at this data and then do some analysis. So that's the reason I picked this use case. Okay, so defining hate crime. Hate crime is basically As the name suggests, it's nothing but when you get hatred because of multiple things, because of your race, because of your ethnicity, because of your religion. And it's quite like in abroad or in India, wherever you go, this kind of hate crime is a common issue, even in US, even in India, anywhere in the world. Okay, so any incident, whether a crime or not, which is perceived by anyone to be motivated by hostility or prejudice based on a personal characteristics. Now, let's say you are judged by your religion. Let's say you are Muslim or you are Christian or you are Hindu. Anybody who is judged, who is commented, let's say somebody else is commenting your religion. That's a hate crime. People do ignore it, but it's a very serious offense. Okay. I'm sorry, I haven't updated the PPT yet. Sorry, it's okay. I'll just update it in on the go. So we have aggressor and we have the victim. Now, aggressor is the one who is basically doing that, or you can say aggressor or the offender, and the victim itself who is actually facing these issues. So, what are the types of hate crime? Apart from your race, religion, which is the most common hate crime top types, we also have sexual orientation. It's quite common. Many people do that. Gender identity and disability. Okay. What form does it take? So it could be a verbal abuse. Don't go with the right side part. I haven't updated it. My bad. I was in a hurry. But yeah, before sharing it with you, I will just update it. But yeah, I do have updated the headings. So we have verbal abuse. We have physical violence. We have bullying. You can just relate with the terminologies. I don't have to give you each and every examples to make you understand, right? Any questions so far? Okay, no questions. I'm traveling. Will it be saved so I can watch later? Yeah, it will be saved. It will be saved in my channel forever. You can watch it anytime. Verbal abuse, physical violence, bullying, persistent victimization, exploitation. So these are the forms. These are the various types or various live examples which happen to people. Now, coming on to the data, this is what the data is to say. And when I say data, that means I have taken it from some source. The source is mentioned here. It's Department of Justice in US. Basically, according to them, the maximum two most maximum reasons. One of them is race, ethnicity, and one of them is your religion. So 50% of the total hate crime which happens, 57% of them are due to your race or ethnicity. Now, race and religion, what is the difference between that? Very simple. Race or ethnicity basically means you are an Asian, you are an Indian, or you are a Pakistani. So something like that. Many countries they do that. Like, are you an Indian? And they illiterate you. Right. So that's basically a hate crime based on race. Now, when the crime happens, when the hatred increases because of the religion, let's say you are Muslim and I hate you, you are Hindu and I hate you, something like that. And if you are abused or something like that, so that's basically because of the religion, and that's 20% of the cases. So overall these two cases all combines together to form 77%, and the rest 23% are rest of the others, like more than there are more than 10, 20, 30 types of hate crimes, right? Sorry for being starting with such theoretical session. I know this channel is all about statistics, machine learning, and all those things, but yeah, this is a very really nice use case which I explored, and that's the reason I picked it. So let's have some fun. Of course, if you want to have a look at some other projects which I will be making live in couple of days, not weeks. So I'll just have a sneak peek of that. One of the projects, of course. So this is one of the projects. It's going to be churn analysis. Now many people might be already thinking that again churn, right? So it's okay. Churn analysis is very famous topic. Not just telecom churn. Churn analysis is like you churn analysis is a very common topic. When it comes to any industry, it can be applicable, banking and finance, e-commerce, anything, because people churn, right? So I already have a churn analysis with respect to Python and machine learning model building in my channel already, which is a 3 hours session. So this will be a Power BI thing. So I have created a homepage where we have summary, customer details, churn reasons, ask a question, and I have multiple pages for that. I have created pagination. So this is how the summary looks like. I don't know if it looks good or not. For me, it looks good, and I also showed it to some of the other friends as well, and they liked it. So this is the customer dashboard, which basically uh, has all the personal details like what's the ID, name, gender, whether he's a senior citizen or not, what is the churn score. 34% chances are that he's going to be churned. Now I have already, so this is basically, I had the data, I did a predictive modeling machine learning model. From that I got the prediction score, and that I'm using here. And based on the prediction score, I have also defined the risk level. So this customer is low risk. Okay. Similarly, if you go to the next page, so these are the overall churn reasons. How many risky customers? Total charges 16 million, but total charges for risky customers 2.42 million. So this is the amount which the company should be worried about, right? Prediction by risk groups and all these things. And then I have a ask a question dashboard, which basically is the feature of Power BI. Okay, let's get back to our use case. We will have this video soon on my channel, probably in couple of days. My editor is already working on it. Okay, let's come back to the topic. Any doubts so far? Can you please explain with ANN? Is it possible? Churn analysis. What is churn analysis? Nice question, Aman. Vaishalini, with respect to ANN, so ANN, it's very simple. I'll just guys, I just know Vaishalini, so I'll directly talk to her. Uh, Apart from that, okay, Aman is asking what is churn analysis. Churn analysis, it's a very common. I love that topic, so I'll not take more than 2 minutes. For other people, they will be bored. If you are looking at an end-to-end churn analysis kind of business understanding thing, there is a video on my channel. You just check out for EDA Satyajit. Just search for exploratory data analysis Satyajit. You will get the video. In that, I have already explained everything about churn. Now, in 2 lines, churn is nothing but people leave the companies. For example, you are using Vodafone today, and you get an offer by Airtel. You are using Vodafone 599 rupees plan. Tomorrow, you get an offer by Airtel 499, and you churn. So when a customer churn or a customer leaves the company, that is the loss to the company, right? So Vodafone is going to a loss because this customer is leaving the company. So Vodafone will always try to retain that customer by providing some offers and all those things, because when it comes to business, getting a new customer is very difficult. So retaining a customer is easier than getting a new customer. So any company and every company does this churn analysis to understand what's the characteristics of the people who are leaving the company. And okay, I'll have videos on that, so don't worry about it. So these are the facts for hate crime. According to Dr. Russell, a founding member of Stop API Hate, hundreds of hate incidents were being reported daily. So guys, just if you are more keen towards this particular topic, just have to go through Google and search. There will be a lot of blogs, because hate crime is very common. Black lives matters, a lot of things, a lot of social information has been passed recently, so just go through it and you will have more understanding of it. But yeah, I think it's a very common thing. I think many people might already be understanding it, right? So between March and December 2020, there were over 2,800 cases of hate incidents against Asian Americans across the United States. Because of COVID, also there has been a lot of hate crime for Asian people in US as well. Many, you can just go through the news. You will have all this news because of the COVID thing. All the Asians, be it from China, be it from Japan, be it from Korea, anybody, they have been ill-treated and all those things, right? So okay, let's not talk about that. Unfortunately, these hate crimes continue to happen all over the US. This particular use case is for US, so that is the reason I'm focusing more on US. Okay, so this is the victimization rates, and this data is as per 2000, okay, as per 10th April 2021. The source is news.cgtn.com. Maximum number of victims or maximum number of hate crimes has happened in New York City. You can see almost 760, 770 cases in New York City. Philadelphia almost 230, 220. Long Beach, Boston, Los Angeles. So these are the top 5 cities when it comes to victims like hate crimes. Moving ahead, what victims should do: report to school authorities, involve the police, seek help from professional groups. Now, I'm not sure if you fit in this particular thing or not, but I fit in. I have been also a victim of hate crime. I'll not talk about that, but I think it's a very common thing. Many people have been a hate victim as well, like hate crime victim as well, right? So where do you fit in the cycle? If yes, just try to overcome it. Try to, let's say you have already been a victim in the past. Of course, you cannot do anything. But in future, if you are a victim, if you are facing that, always raise a voice and go to the local police or talk to somebody, talk to some reliable friends or something. Right? What bystanders can do: bystanders are somebody who is watching the incident being happening. Let's say some incident is happening, somebody is thrashing an Asian in publicly probably, so you have to interrupt the bully, you have to point out the unacceptable behavior, you have to reach out and support the victim. That's basically what the bystanders should do, not just stand, record the video and make it YouTube live. So this is a very common thing, even in India, even outside India, anywhere and everywhere. I mean, honestly speaking, sometimes even I do that. Like, so which is not the right way to do, which is not the correct way to do. You should always take a stand, go and help them. At least if you can't help them, don't just click videos and make it live, right? So this is not at all accepted. So these are some of the famous personalities who were bullied. I couldn't get more information about other personalities. Of course, there are live cases for footballers. Mario Balotelli, I think Martial. If you follow football, you would know about it, right? Mario Balotelli was from Italy. He was bullied because of the black race, and of course Martial, who is a France footballer, Manchester United front footballer, and many more incidents such like that. Okay, now let's move on to the use case, like analyzing the data, hate crime in USA. So let's analyze the data and get insights. Now, one thing I skipped is how to gather the data. Gathering data is, let's say you are dealing with some use cases. Based on your research, you found out that you have to work on these use cases. You just have to go Google and find it out, where are the reliable sources. If you are able to see the data readily available on the internet, download it and try to analyze that. In case it's not possible, for example, in one of the use cases, like I was doing foreign exchange forecasting. So foreign exchange rates are not easily available. Like, websites are there, but there are no official data which is provided. So I had to scrap xe.com. So accordingly, so in case you are analyzing on XYZ use cases, you have to go search. If it is available, take it and try to analyze. In case it's not available, it's on some data on some website, you have to do web scraping. Okay, so this particular data was, as I already told you, this is a live question which was being asked to student for a data analyst role to analyze the data and come up with a Power BI dashboard. So we got the data from there, and it's an US data. I think it's I think 80 years of data, I'm not sure. Let's try to see. So I already have the data, guys, and now coming on to, so the first part is business understanding. I think I was clear to help you understand about the business understanding. What is hate crime? Why are we going to analyze it? And the next part is going to be the EDA part, which is going to be the exploratory data analysis. Now, as we are, this video is dedicated to the data analysts and the business analysts. One second. Some questions are there. I got some. Churn means altering the percentage among all in telecom industry. Am I right, sir? Ravan, Sham, the churn basically, I already told you, churn means when a customer, churn basically means leaving the leaving. So churning means neglecting or discarding. When a customer leaves the company, that means the customer is getting churned. Okay, any kind of industry it is applicable. Okay. Any more questions? End to end, what do you mean, like integrating with? Okay, when I say end to end project, there are four different things to take care of. Four most important things. One is your business understanding. Second is your exploratory data analysis. Third is going to be your model building. In this case, our model building means Power BI dashboard building. The fourth one is deployment. Deployment as in publishing the dashboard and letting others know about your dashboard, because who creates reports and visualization? It's the data analyst and the business analyst who creates the report, right? For whom they create? They create for the stakeholders, they create for the managers, they create for the higher management. If required, they create for the clients. So accordingly, they have to publish it and give permission to the respective teams so that they can see the data, they can see the dashboard, right? Because they don't have the patience, the higher management doesn't have the patience to go through all these kind of Pythonic files or any kind of files, right? So they are more keen towards understanding the summary data. That's it. So this is what I mean by the end-to-end project, and everything we'll be doing. Now when it comes to EDA, guys, as we already know, EDA is nothing but analyzing the data and finding insights from the data. Now, people from programming aspects, programming background, they will be more interested in doing it in R or Python, right? So I have the Python version for that. In case you are more interested in the Python version, you can check out this particular file. You will have an understanding on it. I will quickly go through it, but after this, as this video is all about Power BI, we will be doing the EDA in Power BI. Okay, so I'll quickly go through this Python file. I'll leave this link in the not in the description. After this video is live, like after this video is over, this class is over, I will post the link in the comment section as a pinned comment. Okay, so you can check out that. So I'm reading the data. So this is how the data looks like. I have incident ID, I have data year, I have origin, pub agency, lot of things are there. 29 columns are there. I have agency type name, city, university, state abbreviation, state name, division name, which division they belong to, region name, and a lot more things. Offender ethnicity, victim ethnicity, victim count, offender name. I'm not sure if we have the victim name or not, because victim names are mostly kept confidential. Offense name, total individual victims, a lot more things are there. You can have a check at it. So far, any doubts? What is the storytelling? Yes, I will cover that. I will cover that. Satyajit, as a BI analyst, do we need to clear the data or it will be done by the data analyst? Nice question, Saikat. I already have a video for business analyst versus data analyst. Go through that. But if you want a short answer, data cleaning part is the task of a data analyst. Business understanding requirements, understanding requirement gathering, documentation, talking to the stakeholders, that's basically the job of a business analyst. Once the data analyst does the EDA part, again, in some companies, business analyst also does the EDA part. Okay, but the data collection part, the data scrapping part, or the collection from the databases, that's going to be the data analyst job. Okay, and putting into some databases. Got it. Akash is asking, where's the data set or code though? Also, are we integrating BI in Jupyter Notebook by using the latest? No, no, Akash, we are not doing that. It's going to be very lengthy video if we do that. What is the storytelling? Yes, I will talk about the storytelling after that, because storytelling is must for business analyst, right? Uh, Anybody has any further doubts on business analyst or data analyst? I think there is also iNeuron is basically conducting a session, not a session, it's a course on business analytics masters. I think link would be in the description below. In case you are interested, you can probably go ahead and enroll for that. Just to let you know, I'm not doing a promotion for that, but yes, I'm going to be the trainer for that particular course, so just letting you know in case you want to explore that course. Okay, apart from me, yes, Krish is going to take one or two classes, but majorly 99% of the classes will be taken by me. Okay, let's move ahead. Lot more things are done in this particular EDA file. Data.info. Info basically gives you the information about the not null columns and all those things. Is na basically means is not available, like is it null, what is the total sum of the null values. Okay, describe basically gives you the statistical output. For example, 29 columns you have, 5 of the columns are numerical data. So if you use dot describe, it will basically give you the statistical mean, the 25 percentile value, the 75 percentile value, maximum, minimum, all these kind of statistical values for the numerical columns. It will not give for the categorical ones. In case you want for the categorical ones, you convert the categorical to numerical and then it will be possible. I'm not going to cover EDA in depth, like I'm not going to explain you what is EDA. In case you are complete beginner, you don't know anything about EDA, probably you just go ahead and check out my EDA video on my channel. Just search EDA Satyajit, I think you will get it. Or else you can just search my channel, it will be there. I don't have much video, so it will be visible to you. Okay. Satyajit, I have enrolled. Okay, thank you, Saikat. Why Power BI is more in use than MS Excel? Because both are Microsoft products, but Power BI is a BI tool, so it gives more insights than the MS Excel, and it has more capabilities. Okay, we'll talk about in depth Power BI things in the class probably. Okay, let's not get deviated from the topic. So let's move ahead. So here I'm checking how many rows do I have, how many columns do I have, and all those things. Let me scroll faster because we have to cover it in Power BI as well. So this is the overall data. You can see from 1990 to 2020. My bad, I was telling about 80 years, but no, I have data for 30 years. Okay, which is not bad. 30 years of data. So you can see this is how the hate crime looks like every year. Like in 2020, 2001, 2002, it was highest, but again it's increasing, so quite obvious it's increasing. Pub agency name, you can see as per the reports that I showed you, it was through some I'm not sure which it was through which source. I think it was through this one. Okay, it was through news.cgtn. It was New York, Philadelphia, Long Beach, but as per the data, it is New York. Where is Long Beach? Okay, Long Beach is not there. And what about Philadelphia? Philadelphia is also not there. Okay, so as per this data, maximum number of hate crime has happened in New York, and then in Los Angeles, then in Boston, then in Phoenix, then in San Francisco. Okay, this is what the data is telling us. Population group code, again, let's see. Okay, there are some population group codes in this particular data. I'm not pretty sure about what exactly is that. Could be some group code based on some census data. I'm not pretty sure about it. And victim count. Okay. Okay, this is a wrong graph, so just ignore it. And when it comes to what is this, I have to see. Is it visible for me? Oh, okay. So it's basically the location name where have the reports have been done. Like let's say you have been victimized or you have been done something in school, so the complaint is logged in the school itself, right? So similarly you can see, let me just zoom in. I'm not able to read it, guys, sorry for that. Where is that? Oh, I have to go down. I cannot change the labels and all those things, so it's okay. Residence or home is the highest. Then we have street, sidewalk. Then we have others, unknown, school, college, parking, drop lot, garage. So all these kind of things are there, based on which the hate crimes has been reported. right? And talking about the state name, I already talked about that. California, New York. So what is this? Okay, you can go ahead and check out this particular thing. Honestly speaking, this ADA has not been done by me. It's done by one of my students, you can call. So I had given him and I had asked him to do it. So he has done a good job. You can have a look at it. And I'll leave this particular Python file to you so that you can check out this particular file. And talking about the Power BI part, let's move ahead and see how we can do this in Power BI. Okay, let me create a new page. Now, before getting into the, okay, let's talk about ADA and then I'll talk about how to start with the visualization part, how to start with the dashboarding part. Okay, so the first thing is going to be analyzing the data. So how to analyze? First, I need to see the data in order to analyze, right? So what I'm doing is I have created a table. So before talking about the table, I'll talk about one more thing, that I am already a Power BI Pro user. So all the options are visible and it's accessible for me. In case you are using Power BI desktop and you don't have a Power BI Pro version, you will not be able to publish the report. But apart from that, you will be able to do everything. One more thing which you cannot do is you cannot get more visuals, but the visuals which we have on the screen, that's more than enough for you to do the EDA part. Okay, so let's move ahead. So what I have done is I have just used the table. Here is the table, and I want to see all the columns, so I'm just adding everything. Of course, this is a tedious task in Power BI. We have to add one by one. If you know a better way, just let me know, because I don't know any better way to add columns. I have also explored the community. I had also raised a concern in the community to give a select all option, but I think they don't have that particular option. In the meanwhile, guys, if you have any questions, just ask in the chat box itself. I am reading everything. It's usually better to record videos and then upload it as a standalone video rather than doing a live session, because in live session many things goes wrong. Sometimes your computer is stuck, sometimes this, sometimes that, and I get pissed off with it. Like now the computer is really slow, I'm not able to work. I'm clicking somewhere and something else is getting clicked. Okay, anyways, it's stuck actually. It's adding state name. So far, any questions? Sorry for this boring session. I think it's going boring. I think, guys, if it is going boring, just write down boring. If it is going fine, just write down fine, because that motivates me. Okay, so I already have the data. Hello, how did you connect to data via Power BI? So, okay, go to home and okay. Uh, as I already told you that I'm not going to explain Power BI. If you don't know Power BI, go back to my channel, watch a 3 hours video. You will have an intermediate level of understanding on Power BI. Then come and watch this particular session. So I'm not going to teach Power BI, but just answering your question. This is where you take the data. You have an option called as get data. So there are more than 90 plus data sources that's accepted by Power BI, and your data source could be a Excel file, it could be a XML file, it could be a JSON file, it could be a CSV, it could be a Oracle SQL, MySQL, Azure Data Lakes, it could be anything. You can see a lot of things are there. In my case, I have just used an Excel sheet. That's it. Okay, this is how the data is fetched. And in case you have a live connection, yeah, of course you can do that. I already have a session on live connection in my channel. You can go ahead and check it. Did you connect Jupyter Notebook via Power BI? Yeah, I have already connected Jupyter Notebook via Power BI. Sorry, the other way around. Power BI via Jupyter Notebook in one of my videos, not now. Okay. So, okay, so let's go ahead and check the table. So, table basically gives you an idea. Okay, these are the columns which are there, and you quickly get some idea which things to analyze first, right? So first we need as a date column. So yes, we have data year, we have, okay, we have quarter, year, month, location. Okay, location name basically tells me where the reporting has been done, where the hate crime was reported. Multiple bias, I don't know what is that. Multiple offense, not pretty sure about it. We need to analyze, we need to understand about it. Of course, wherever you are scraping the data, you will get information. Somehow I couldn't take the information from the lady who passed me this data. But anyways, whatever we have, we will create something. Offense name, and then we have population group description, public pub agency name, pub agency unit, region name. Okay, something is there. So let's try to analyze. So I'm just deleting the table because I already saw the table, so I don't need it at the moment. So let's start with a small stack chart. So let me see. Okay, let's see what we can do is let's try to analyze what is the state-wise victim count. Okay, so in order to get state-wise victim count, as we already know in the bar plots, your x-axis has to be your column which you are projecting, and your y-axis will be the values, right? Similarly, I want my x-axis to be state name, but nothing is visible. How to why it's not visible? Because we don't have any values, right? So in the values, I will be using the victim count. Again, victim count, you can see now California, New York. This is the overall data. Okay, California, New York. Now, what do we do in EDA? Just a small hint. In EDA, we do categorical analysis and we do numerical analysis. In categorical analysis, we do univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, and so on, right? And variate analysis. Univariate analysis is basically analyzing each and every column. So this is what we are doing right now. We are analyzing the state name according to the as per the victim count. Similarly, we will try to analyze all other things with respect to the victim count. So here we can see the maximum cases has happened in California, then it is in New York, then in New Jersey, then in Michigan, then okay, then it goes on Washington, Ohio, Texas, and it goes on. Now this is what the first graph gives me. Now if you ask me, I just want the top 5 records. What how to do that? Simple. State name, go to, so here in the filter section, go to top n and select 5. Oh, select 5. Oh, why it's not getting, oh, something is wrong. Why apply filter is not working? Anybody has any quick clues why it's not working? Should work logically. Can we start again? Oh, no. 1 second. Anybody has any clues? Any answers? Put value? Yeah, I mean, I have already. Oh, sorry. Good catch. What is that? Where is my. Oh, my. Sorry, my Power BI got closed. But I didn't close it, right? I don't know why it got closed. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Just give me a second. My system is already slow and I don't know. Somehow it got closed. Did I click? I'm not sure. Yeah, I got it. I got it. So we have to put the values. We have to put the value, the y-axis value in that particular value field. Okay, just wait for 2 more minutes. You clicked it. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Let's wait. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. This is a thing I don't like. Okay, let's it's starting up. How many days required to learn Power BI completely? What does completely mean? So Power BI is see whatever is required for you to sustain in the industry. 2 days is enough for Power BI, honestly speaking. But there could be a lot of things which can be asked in Power BI. In some of the interviews, people also get questions like how to analyze the PBIX file. Many people don't know what's inside, what's the contents inside the PBIX file. If you don't know, just go and explore today itself. Just open your PBIX file. Just go to your location where the PBIX file is. Right click. There will be an option of unzipping. Unzip it, and you will see a lot of contents inside that. Lot of things, advanced things are also there. So if you talk about the advanced Power BI part, it could take you around 10 to 15 days to finish. But the basics part, I think 2 days is more than enough. 2 days is more than enough to kickstart with it, with your journey, and then you can just quickly, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Never happens this way because of Power BI. I knew something will happen, and it has happened. Okay, so okay, so before going into that, I also had to explain this. So just going back again, when you import the data, this is how the screen looks like. Okay, so there are three options. One is your load, one is your transform data, and one is your cancel. So if you load, you are just loading the data as it is. Let's say you want to do some changes. Let's say uh, there are some null values in this particular column. You want to deal with it, or else you want to change. For example, let's say you have region like south, west, east, north. You want to change it to numbers, south to be 1, north to be 2, something like that. Or else let's say you want to delete the first 5 columns. Any kind of manipulation, you have to go to transform data. Transform data basically takes you to the Power Query editor. Power Query editor is one of the key aspects of Power BI. You have to learn about these things as well. Power Query editor, how to create measures, filters, DAX commands, all these things are very important. So a lot of things are there. Choosing columns. Let's say your data set has more than 100 columns, and you are just going to use few of them. You just have to select it accordingly. Okay. Of course, each and everything you are doing is going to be captured in your applied steps. So that's the beauty. Let's say I'm replacing something. I will just click on, let's say, this one, pub agency. I'm clicking on replace. I'm replacing Rogers with random, something like that. Now you can see. Rogers has been updated to random, and you can see a step has been created. Let's say the next step is going to be mm, Pine Bluff. You are making it as Pine. So you can see anytime you want to go back to the previous steps, you just have to cancel it out. Okay, once you're done with your manipulation part, here you can do a lot of things. Keep the rows, choose columns, add column. If you want to create some conditional column, let's say in Excel, what you do is, let's say you have two columns, first name and last name. You want to add those columns. Simple, right? You use a concat method. Similarly, here also you have to do that. So once you're done, you just close and apply, and apply changes are going on. And here the data is. I think the best thing should be to, if I would have already created the dashboard and have showed you, that would have been better, I think, but it's okay. If you have to see the dashboard getting created, you have to, you know, acknowledge these kind of issues. You have to face these issues, right? So, okay, let's create this visualization stack chart. And here, what was that? State name, access, victim count, values. Here, state name, basic, top end, 5. By what? By victim count. Apply filter, and here you go. You have the 5 things. So this is how you can do all this kind of filtering things. So let's say you want to analyze what are the reasons. Oh, sorry, what was that column? I have to check the column names. The column names are not user friendly. That is the reason I want to see which was the reasons. Okay, you have state name. Okay, state name we know. Region name. Okay, region name. What is region name? Region name, region name, region name. Okay, region is basically south, east, west, all these things, right? Again, similarly, you can do a new report, region, you have to add it. Obviously, see, when it comes to EDA in Power BI, it's going to be very tedious task, because accordingly you have to create a lot of dashboards and then you start analyzing it. In Python it's very easy, right? Because you just create a simple piece of code, run a loop over all the columns, and done, right? So in case you are doing this in Power BI, it has to be a lot, it has to take a lot of time, it will take a lot of time. So this is how it is, West. So accordingly, you have to do the EDA for each and every column, right? You have to analyze your state first, then you have to analyze your regions, then you have to analyze the reasons why. Let's try to analyze the reasons. What could be the most reasons? Race, religion. Let's say, okay. I'll have to create a table. I don't. I'm not able to see the data. Wow. I'm dragging it. Everything is getting dragged. What is this? Adult offender? Okay, I don't need it. Adult victim count? Okay. Agency type name? Okay, I don't need it. Bias description? Data year basically gives you the year. Division name. What is division name? Division name. Okay. Offender count. I don't need offender count. Location name. Okay, so where? Where have been performed, or what is it? Offense name. Okay, I think this is the offense, right? Ah, yeah. They should have created a data description to make us understand about all these kind of columns, because just by looking at the column names, it's very difficult. Population, group description, pop agency. Let's try to create one stack chart and directly use this. Let's say I'm using the pub agency name and I'm using the victim count. So victim count is our main column, and accordingly we'll have to. Okay, this is the pub agency name. I think public agency name, something like that. Not sure. What is the difference between pub agency name and state name? I don't know. Let's say I want to use some other columns. Let's say region name. Region name we used, right? Sorry. State name also we used. Offender offense name. Okay, let's try to see offense name. Okay, offense name basically is, let's say I want the top five offenses, top n, top five, and by victim count, apply. Okay, intimidation, destruction, damage, vandalism of property, simple assault. Okay, offense name means basically what was done to them. This is based on the victims. Let's say you are the victim and what was done to you. Was it an assault? Was it an abuse? What was it? So intimidation could be like some sexual assault kind of thing. Destruction, damage, or vandalism of property. Simple assault, aggravated assault could be multiple people. So okay, this is also one of the important aspects to tell us more about the data. Let's say I want to create one more chart and see some other columns. Anybody has any questions so far? Where is my hmm, what else? Offender count, agency. What is agency type name? Honestly speaking, guys, I'm doing EDA in Power BI for the first time, so that is the reason I'm a bit slow. Sorry for that, because I usually do it in Python, so I'm just doing it for you all. City, country. Okay, this is like agency type name, city, country, university. Where are the uh, where are the reasons of abuse? I'm not finding that. Anybody has any questions so far? What is the general data normalization steps in Power BI? Okay, I'll talk about that. I got it. Today is the best. Oh, thank you, man. The best thing about exactly what would normally happen and things. Okay, trying my best. Okay, where is that, man? Offender is okay. Let's try to see offender is. There are a lot of information, but I'm not able to identify using Python using Power BI. Offender is based on. mm, Okay, who has offended? I think offender race is who has offended. What's the race of the offender? So if I do a victim count, it will tell me that who are the nonsense people who had. Okay, so most of them we don't have data, so unknown. So let's just remove that. Without unknown, I think white people were the most offenders. Wow. Black or African, multiple Asian, American Indian or Alaska Native, Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander. Nice insight. So, okay, good one. So, we have to analyze each and every column like this. Every column analysis, this is basically your univariate analysis where you are analyzing one column. Now obviously we are having two columns in the dashboard. You would say, sir, it's two columns, right? We are having victim count and offender is, but don't consider victim count because we are just analyzing something with respect to a constant field, right? With respect to victim count, we are analyzing everything. And after that, then you start analyzing the year. You have to put your year and see whether, so white people are the most offenders, but based on years, like how many of them are based on which year has the highest, those kind of analysis you need to do. Okay, let's try to see in case we have some other things to watch out for. I'm just using bar chart because bar chart is one of the best charts to give you an identity, give you an output of what you're looking at, right? So it gives you an ratio distribution of the data. Multiple offense, offender ethnicity, offender race. Okay, let's try to see this. Offender ethnicity, victim. Victim count. Go here. Okay, so the ethnicity is for what is this? This is a null value. I think that means null value imputation has not been done. Sorry for that. Again, in the transform data, we can go ahead and do the null value imputation as well. So it was offender ethnicity, right? So we'll just do choose columns. What is that? Offender ethnicity. Okay. Offender ethnicity. Okay, many of them are null values. So I'm just imputing the null values as null so that we know that it's null. Unknown, Latino, Hispanic, Hispanic or Latino. I don't know. I don't know these kind of ethnicities. Okay, anybody has any questions? Yeah, yeah. I mean, for the beautification part, we will do this. Don't worry. This is just random EDA, so I just don't care about the visualizations, whatever it is. So, okay. What else? What else? What else? So yeah, I mean, let's try to have. And one more thing is that in case you want to have some let's say you want to create some measures that, let's say you for example you want to have the total count, you just want to know what is the total victim count, right? So these kind of things also you have to do in Power BI. So in that case you can simply create a measure, and the measure will be, let's say, total count. Very similar to MS Excel only. MS Excel also you choose a cell and then you do equals to count of something like that, right? Similarly here also, if you just type in count, you will get a lot of options. You can see it will give you the definition of each and every syntax. What is count x, what is count blank, what is count rows, what is count. So you can simply use count rows and then give the table name, which is my hate crime, and this will give you the total count. This is one way. Or so you can also pass count of any of the primary key. Uh, let's say total count of victim count. That also you can do. So once your count is done, your column is created, sorry, your new measure is created. You can create a card here. Here you can just add your total count. Okay, so it tells me 209,000. And let's say you want to change these topics, just you have to change it here, total count. Simple. And in case you want to change the units, just go to your data label, display units as thousands, none, let's say none. So you will get the total value. Now let's say you want to know what is the total count for California, total victim count in California. Two ways to do it. One will be using a simple filter, but I will try to do the difficult approach, which is using the filters. So I will create a new measure. So I want it for California. Of course, an easier approach is just you have to apply the filter. Very simple, right? But let's try to see the DAX method. Total count in California. So here what we need to do is just try to imagine with respect to SQL. So in SQL what we do is select count star from table name where city equals to California or state equals to California, right? Similarly here also I want to do count of column name. Let's say I'm just counting the adult victim count, or else just victim count. And after that, what we need to do, we need to add a filter, right? So here there is a method called as calculate. Calculate what? Calculate expression and then filter. So here the expression is count of this, and then I will add a filter. Table, what is a table? Hate crime. What is the expression? State name equals to California. California, correct, right? Correct. Okay, and then close it. I'm using Power BI after a long period of time, honestly speaking. So I don't remember all these things. I have lost touch. That was one of the reasons why I was a little bit scared about this live class. Okay, we can see the formula is working. So 35,000 is the total count of California. Let me again show you the formula. See, very simple. It looks complicated, but it's very simple. See, what I have done is, as you already know, that I'm just cutting it, storing it here. So first we calculated the count because in your head you already know this is going to be the this is going to be the SQL formula, right? Table name where state name equals to California, right? This is a simple query in SQL. That's the reason what I'm doing in DAX is in Power BI is I'm doing the count of. So you can also do count rows of table name, and then I'm going to add the filter, right? Filter which is state equals to California. So here the filter formula is table comma expression. So table, which is my table? Hate crime, or I'll just write it as table name. Expression, what is the expression? This is your expression where state name equals to California. So state name equals to California. So what is this? What you are doing? You are calculating. So that is the reason calculate the total value. This is what I have done. Simple. Okay. So if you want to check, this is also working fine. If you want to do it for the count rows, that will also be, hopefully that will be same. Okay. So this is how the thing looks like. Okay. And of course, similarly, you just have to play around with the data, add columns. A lot of columns are there. I cannot go through each and every column, but this is how it is. You can add columns, you can add year, randomly drag and drop. This is kind of a playground to you, right? So you just drag and drop, do it for 2 3 hours, and you will easily understand a lot about all these things. Send me the data source. Yes, we will send you. Don't worry. Sir, it's simple data, right? To validate this, we need to perform hypothesis. No. Hypothesis testing is not required. This is a very simple use case. Uh, it's just one of the interview questions, so that was the reason I picked it. But there are tougher and tougher projects which I will come up with. Like churn analysis is one of them, right? Churn analysis is huge. I have seen many people writing churn analysis in their resumes, but if I have to ask or interview them, I'm pretty much sure they will not be able to answer it because it's very popular use case, very readily available in the internet. So people pick it, looks easy, write it down in the resumes, but it doesn't happen that way. In real industries, it's a pain in the ass. It's very difficult because after your predictive modeling is done, a lot more things are there. Recommendation system and lot more things are there. Okay. Uh, and also, my third use case, I was talking about the third project, right? So the third project is going to be on cricket. So I have scraped data from some of the cricket websites. I will talk about those websites in the video itself. And I have created a beautiful dashboard about showing the insights, which player is hitting first, which all these things. Okay. Apart from that, I'm also having a lot of data. So within a span of next 1 month, I'm planning to put at least 6 to 7 Power BI end-to-end projects. Okay. Okay, let's not get deviated. Any other things you need apart from these things, because these are the most important things? Am I missing anything? I think that's fine. That's fine. So I'm just removing everything, guys. And the first thing what I do is when I start with a dashboard, I usually start with these kind of reports. Let's say I already know that I want to analyze state wise and region wise, right? So what I will do is I will add state here. So first of all, let me just do this and then I will show you what should be your approach. Let's say you have done this. Okay. Similarly, you have done multiple other things. Let's say like this, like this, like this. Okay. And always it's a recommendation. I'm not, there is no such force kind of thing. I'm not forcing you, but there is a recommendation that you must have known about A/B testing, right? So A/B testing, what is A/B testing? Let's say any company, any website, any e-commerce website which is launched, A/B testing has to be performed because you don't know what the audience is going to like, right? The audience might like, okay, audience might like red color, audience might like a blue theme, audience might like a dark theme. You don't know. So it's always recommended to have different versions of your website and publish it for different type of people, like different, let's say, for example, very quick example will be, let's say in India, when I'm launching my website, I should launch 5 different website themes. One website will be visible for X amount of people, second will be visible for Y amount of people, third will be visible for Z amount of people, and then we take the insights like which one of them is more engaging, because ultimately in the website everything is same. You are selling the same things in website A, same things in website B, same things in website C, but the layout is different. So A/B testing is a very important thing when it comes to these kind of visualizations. And it has been seen that whenever somebody watches the Power BI report or any kind of dashboard, they usually your head goes towards right side. Your right side has to be very appealing. So I usually create my, now it depends, you can also create on left side, there is no such theory, but it's all hit and trial. You can probably create 2 different dashboards. One you can give it to your manager A, two you can give it to your manager B, and then you can see which one of them which is being liked more. Okay, and accordingly you can finalize. So let's say I'm just randomly doing these things. Okay, let's say total count I have, and total count in California, right? Total count California. Okay, and okay, let's say this is how your dashboard will look like, and let's say you want to add the US thing as well. What was that? If you want to add maps, of course there is a map here, but I don't prefer using that. I just forgot what was the name of that map. Just give me 1 second. I think. 1 second. I keep forgetting. The name is little bit difficult for me. Synaptic something. Synaptic. synoptic, I don't know. This one, synoptic panel. So this is what I use for the maps, geographical maps. So I'll just add it. This will give you that in which area the geographical view, like the geo view. So when you add a visualization, your visualization will be imported to the list of visualizations which you have. Now this thing you will not be able to do it, but ultimately the report which I create, if I send it to you, you will be able to open it. Don't worry about it. Okay. So let's say I want to just keep it simple. I want have two these kind of things. One this, and then I want to add a map. Oh, not this one. Sorry. I want to add a new map. Okay. So I'm adding a map. So here I will add state name. Okay. And then probably measure. I will add the victim count. You can see, so the report is ready, the map is ready, but it's not able to load it, right? So there are two ways how you can use it. One could be your local map. If you have already created a local map, you can use it, but I don't have any local map, so I'm using the gallery. So when I'm using gallery, these are the predefined maps which are available. I don't, okay, there is something called as country. So using this, I'll have to see where do we have USA. USA, where is USA? Okay, this one. So this is how the geographical map looks like. And let's say I want to add colors. How to add colors? Let's say I've clicked it. I go to, okay. Hmm. So here I go to formatting. I go to data colors. Here. Okay. Colors visible. Yes. Mm, do I see the values? Okay. I'm seeing the values as a tooltip, but I'm not seeing as a data label. So I'll just go to data label and turn it on. Okay. And then let's say legend. Also give legend. Oh, no, legend I don't need. Color blindness. Okay. Here, let's say, what is this? Okay. Some themes are there. You can use anything which you like to. And then let's say you finalize this dashboard. So what I do is I usually keep all these graphs randomly and then build something like a background image. So for background image you can use Canva, you can use uh, Snappa, you can use any kind of tool. So I use Snappa. So that is the reason like I have the pro account of this one. So I already have, okay, it's okay, I already have this background image. And once your background image is done, you just have to import it and use it as a background image. So I'll just click on the background anywhere on the page, go to the formatting option, page background, here add image, and go to, I have already saved it. So where is that? Downloads. Okay, here, hate crime. So by default, the transparency is 100%. So I'm decreasing the transparency. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Image fit should be fit like this. Okay, and let's say I'll grab this down. 1 second. And once your background image is ready, then you just have to place all these things accordingly, according to your page. And then let's say like this. Let's say I make it a little bit small, and of course I need 5 filters, so I just have to randomly go for top n 5 value, apply filter. Similarly for state names, Go to advanced, top n, 5, victim count, apply filter. Okay, so done, 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 done. And what else? What else can we do? Okay, other things can also be done in case you want to do some kind of uh, images or icons or something like that. I usually do it here itself. Let's say I want to use this particular thing. My snapper is not working. Quite obvious. So you can just easily click these links. Let's say uh, you want to add something. Let's say human, some icons. So it all depends upon your creativity level, right? Based on your creativity level, you will be adding all these things. Let's say uh, mail. You can just add something here, right? And accordingly, so I don't want to teach you the visualization skills like how to create an image and all those things, but this is how you can do. So this could be one of the reports which basically tells you about the what is this about the victims, and you can create a similar page. Let's say I'm creating it for victims. Similar page you can create for the offenders. So offenders. So offenders, who are the offenders? You already have the offender column, offender, right? Offender race, all these things. Probably you get it here, right? So yeah, these are the total count of offenders. Of course, you have to change these names also because these names looks odd, right? Victim count. It looks like victim count by state name. So you just have to change all these things. You go to your title. Let's say victim count by states. Simple. Similarly, you have to change for all the graphs. And once you are done, if you want some color coding here, again, total count. And sorry, my bad. Total count in California. Okay. And if you want to add some colors, you just add it. Data color, not data color, sorry, background. Background. Obviously, it will not look good. Okay, this might look good. Why? Sometimes when you have four, let's say you are having some four cards to show. One good approach will also be like this. For example, you have this. Uh, I have to. Let's say you have this like this. For example, I'm just recreating this. Let's say you have something like this, so you can create the background color should be in one format. Let's say dark blue, then lighter, then lighter, then lighter. Again, that is also one of the ways to have a beautiful visualization. So the idea is we have created it for victims. Secondly, you have to create it for offenders. Once your offenders are done, then you can create a home page. So what is home page? Again, home page. Home page should be your first page, and in home page I will again add the page background, add image, hate crime, transparency. Just 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Sorry guys, my phone is dead. So just give me 1 second. Let me check the live chats. Anybody has any doubts? Because I haven't seen the live chat since 15 minutes, I think. 44 people watching. That's amazing. Sorry, let me go to the questions. I have missed since a lot of time. Wait. Put value, select graph window, set border, put value in filter, set the, I think, play around filters and put value. Yep. Victim count and filter. You click, okay. How many days? Okay, blah, blah, blah. What is the general data normalization? Okay, this are the sample data rate hypothesis testing. We can add, okay. Send me data source. A/B test to use, A/B test used to check best, best move. Not able to view it properly. What is this? A/B test used to A/B, A/B test used to check best move. Yes. Okay. I don't see much questions in the chat box. In case you have any questions, just let me know, guys. I'm trying to I'm trying to be very beginner friendly so that you understand, because again, there could be a lot of insights and lot of advanced topics as well, but it's good to understand the basics, right? So homepage, we are into homepage. Now what? So what I am going to create is, I'm going to create a website kind of feeling so that we can navigate. Okay, so what I need to do, insert, go to shapes. I'm pretty much sure you will learn at least little bit. Okay, and let's say one more button, let's say here, and let's say one more button, so here. Now, okay, orientation looks good, no problem. So now we need to go to the formatting options. So basic thing, anytime there are 3 to 4 steps, that's it. So anything you do on the dashboard, click on the visualization, your visualization will be ready. Drag and drop your columns. Once you want to activate this visualization, click on the visualization, your visualization will be active. This is your formatting options. Go to your formatting options. You don't know, just don't worry about it, just play around with it. You just make title on, title off, add some values, add background, and then you will understand, because small things you will, nobody will teach you, right? So you have to explore by yourself. So these things has been added, three shapes has been added. So I will be adding text here, text on, and here let's say ask a question. Okay, and the text should be, let's say I want it as 25, and I want it as Calibri. I like Calibri. Second one, I'm just adding the text. Second one is for offenders, again 25, again Calibri. Done. The first one is for the victims, or the victims, right? Yeah, victim is the correct word, victims. Then done. Now, why? Okay, my bad. So done. My home page is done. Okay, the home page fitting is not done. So let's go to the background image and make it fit. Okay, it's fit, and it's fit. Everything is done. Now I want to add the pagination. I want to add the bookmarking. So here, on click of this, we should be able to go to victims. How to do that? So click on this particular shape. There is an option called as action. Turn it on. In the actions, there will be multiple things. Type back. Back basically means it will, let's say you are in page from 1, you have gone to page 2. If you click on back, it will come back to the page 1, as simple as that. So here we are using page navigation, and we want to select the destination. The destination is victims. Done. So now you can see this is not clickable. This, you can see just the arrow, right? But this is clickable. If I click on this, see, you are able to go to the next page. So similarly, we have to do it for the offenders, sorry. I'm from East India, guys, so sometimes my English is not that great. So destination, offenders. Okay, done. Now again, you can see the difference in the cursor, right? Here it is an arrow, here it is an arm. So click control, it goes to the offender section. Okay, simple. Now we will add ask a question. Ask a question. What is ask a question? Ask a question is an inbuilt feature of Power BI. It is intelligent enough to understand what kind of data it is, what regular questions could be asked. So it also formulates all these things. So here, so I have created an ask a question. Simple. I didn't nothing. Just double click on any page. Your ask a question will be popped up. So here I am going to add a page background, same page background, so that we maintain our theme, right? Hate crime, transparency 0%. Go to fit. Sometime, not sometimes, every time Power BI's default transparency is 100%. So sometime when you're adding and it's not visible, don't panic. Just change your transparency level, right? Okay, so this is how the ask a question will look like. Now, how does it work? You can see everything. I haven't formed these questions. Total state names by total count. Just click on it. It will give you an output. Okay, you can see total count. So it knows what type of column. It's intelligent enough. So it basically gives you the output, right? So ask a question is a very important feature of Power BI. By default, if you add it in one of the pages, I mean, it will give you an upper edge, right? So good to add. If you want to define your own questions also, it's possible. I haven't explored much, but I think it's possible. Probably I'll explore that. I'll explore that. Okay. Now in the fourth box, sorry, in the third box, I will just add my action true, turn it on, and then I will go to page navigation. Ask a question. Simple, right? Any questions so far? And then once this is done, what else is pending right now? Some buttons are pending, right? I want little bit of your time. Sure, Ankit, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, we can discuss. Any Everybody has an access to my LinkedIn profile, so anything, any doubts, you reach out to me. I'm not like other people that I don't answer. I usually answer everybody as I can, right? Sometimes when I get a lot of messages, I don't answer immediately, but ultimately you will get my answer. You will get my response. Don't worry. So everything is done. Let me just save the file. I'm just saving it in the home file. Hate crime latest. Okay. Now what? I will also add some buttons like going forward and all those things. So shapes. Let's say I'm going to add this one. All these color things and all those things, you can do your hit and trial and you can change it. Okay. Oh, looks very bad. You can change the color, guys. Let me change it and change the color. Where is the color? Anybody can see the color outline? Yes. Let's make it yellow. Oh, this is the outline. Okay, fill. We have to change it to fill. Okay, done. Similarly, just add it in all the pages. Victims, copy paste. Offenders, copy paste. I don't want it in ask a question. So here. So here, what is this? Again, this is action. Go to page navigation. Go to victims. Similar in victims, it will be offenders. In offenders, it will be ask a question, and it goes on, right? And one more thing you can do changes is this theme. This particular background is in yellow color, right? So you just have to change these labels, change all these things to yellow theme, so that your dashboard looks good. Now, dashboard is not looking that great. Just change it accordingly. Okay. Let's say data colors, show all. Let's say California, this, New York, this, New Jersey, this, Michigan, Michigan, this, and Massachusetts. This is Massachusetts, right? If I'm not wrong. So this basically gives you a theme, right? That you're already using a yellow theme kind of thing. And accordingly, you can do it for others. And this is how it is. Of course, once I'll have to work on this particular dashboard, I'll prepare a final piece of it and then I will upload it on GitHub. So that's it from today's video. Yeah, one more thing, the deployment part, right? And somebody was asking me about the deployment. So how the deployment works is, if you don't know, that Power BI has three different services. One is going to be the Power BI report server, one is Power BI dashboard, and one is Power BI, uh, you can call it as app.powerbi.com. Okay, the Power BI service. So we are using Power BI desktop. So once the desktop is for developers. Power BI service is for the managers, people who are managing. So now my dashboard is ready. My next step is to publish it. How to publish? Of course, publish option. I'll go click on publish option. You can see there are two options available, my workspace and testing. Let's say you are working on project X, and where is the this one? Okay, so let's say you are working on project X. So you have to deploy or publish it in project X, right? So that project Y people don't have an access to this particular dashboard. This could be a sensitive dashboard, right? Or a confidential dashboard. You don't want X team to look, X team data shouldn't be visible to Y team. So that is the reason Power BI gives you a feature like how to manage your workspaces. Let's say here, I'm creating a workspace. Let's say I'm creating it for team X. Team X. Save it. You can add a workspace image also. And let's say you want to add some people in this particular group. 1 second. Why it's not getting clicked? Okay. So here, so let's say you are 10 people in project X. Three are using like three are the active members in project X. 4 are active members in project Y. So accordingly, you can add your members to your project X. Let's say you want to give an access to a manager for project X. Any kind of dashboards which are published in team X, that manager should have access. So go here, click on workspace access. Here you can add your email addresses, and of course those email addresses which have a Power BI Pro account. Okay, so let's say, so this is already my ID. Let's say I'm adding contact at the bingdatum.com. Okay, these are invalid or duplicate. So let's say I manage system. Okay, somehow it's not visible, but this is how you have to add. So once your addition is done, then comes your what kind of access you are giving: admin, member, contributor, or viewer. Now viewer is basically who can just see the data, just read access. Contributor is like read and edit access. Member is like member can add contributors as well, and member has an access of anything, but they will be able to remove the contributors, they will not be able to remove the members, right? And admin is like he or she can do anything. It's I'm adding as admin. I'm already an admin, right? So I'm not able to add. and this is my personal account, so I don't have any users in my organization, so I'm not able to show you, but this is how it works. Multiple names will be visible, and that, let's say I'm publishing it and he can access that using app.powerbi.com as well. Now teamx is empty because we have just created the workspace, so I will try to publish it on teamx. Save. Any questions so far? Manish, you can reach out to me, but I'm not sure if I can give you enough time or not. But yeah, you can try to reach out to me. In case I am not able to help you, I will probably give you a right resource who can help you out. How can I display in this Power BI dashboard in my personal website? Very simple. You just have to use the embedding system. I will show you how it can be done. So successful. Initially, my teamx was empty, right? As we have already seen it. So here, my report and my data set is published. If I click on the report, this is how the report looks like. And of course, you can edit anything from here also. So if I go to full screen mode, this is how the dashboard looks like. I go to home, and then if I click on victims, if I click, oh, that we have not done, right? If I click here, I go to this, then I go to ask a question, and then you can also create a thank you page also if you want it. And one question was to embed it in your website. Anywhere you want to embed, you can embed it. So one option is go to file, embed report, website or portal, or you can use it to publish to public as well. Publish to web, you have to create your embedded code. Sorry, not this one, that I will not be able to show you. Okay, so you can see here, this is your HTML embedding code. Of course, in your website, in wherever you are using your HTML code, you have to embed it. If I just show you the code, this is how it looks like. Okay, and this is your link which you can use for your embed content. Very simple to do. And using this only we had done it in the Jupyter notebook, right? So using your this embedding also you can do using your Jupyter notebook. Like the recent update came few days back, right? But before that, using your iframe, Python iframe embed Power BI report. I don't remember the syntax, but I think it's easily available. Let me see. I think in my GitHub I must be having this, you know. Power BI Jupyter, Power BI Jupyter. Yeah, this one I was talking about. So if you just copy this piece of code, where is my Jupyter notebook? I don't know. Here? No. Here, here, here. Okay. If I create a new line, so here you have to use your embeddings here. This one. Uh, Copy this, paste it, and it. This is not the latest update, guys. This is a very old piece of code using your IPython display iframe. You are just uh, embedding your Power BI report here. Oh, it's not visible. Why it's not visible? Okay, it's asking for sign in. Just have to sign in. Ah, okay. So you can just do it yourself also. Let me let me just give me 1 second, because in my browser my wife's account is already logged in. That is the reason I'm not able to do it. But yeah, You just have to approve this sign in and you will be able to see your report here. Okay. Um, I think I had explained it in my video as well. So that's it. That's it, guys. I think you have already seen. I went through the business understanding, then little bit of EDA, the dashboard creation, and how to publish the data as well, how to publish the Power BI report. Churn analysis is something I am focusing very honestly. Like I have a lot of contents coming in for churn analysis. So just wait for that video. I think if you go through that video, you will have a very good understanding on a lot of topics. In case you want to have a quick look again, I will show you how the churn analysis thing looks like. In the meanwhile, you can just ask questions, anything, guys. For me, it's almost 11:10 in the night, so I will try to wind up the session as soon as possible. In case any question, guys, just ask in the chat box quickly, and I'll try to answer you. Any other doubts? If you don't have anything right now, you can ask me later also. I have lot of topics coming in, guys. Lot of materials related to business analytics and data analytics coming in. So just stay tuned in the channel. A lot of time was invested in doing these kind of reports, and of course, Power BI report, Tableau reports, they're not simple, guys. Honestly speaking, some of the reports, some of the data dashboards take like months to prepare, and it goes through a lot of steps, goes through a lot of validation steps. You send it to your manager, he asks to change it, then send it to another version. Because see, when you create a dashboard, it all depends upon your creativity level. On top of that, acceptance is also very important, right? Because ultimately your senior manager or your senior data scientist or somebody has to approve it, right? So there could be some instances where X is liking it, Y is not liking it. So it all depends. So that is the reason it's very difficult to handle this kind of thing. Yes, we will share the data, Abdul. I will send you the data. I'll send you the dashboard, everything. Can we take Q&A after the session, please? Yes, yes, please. Yes, we can take. From where to start BI and what scope in market? Noor, what's the scope in market? I'm not the right person to answer this. Of course, from a trainer point of view, I'm already a part of one of the courses which is being launched by iNeuron. The course fees is almost like 3000 plus GST. So of course, I will tell that it's very important. But as a student, the first thing which you need to do is go and analyze LinkedIn. If you just want me to do that, I will do that as well. Okay, that's incognito, so I'm not able to open that. So you just have to go through LinkedIn and you can see a lot of ample amount of opportunities are there for Power BI, for data analysis options, for business analysis options. And these are the options which are actually easier for you to crack, honestly speaking. Any of my students, I always tell them, before jumping into machine learning, deep learning, I know that will be very intimidating for you to jump into, but basics are very important. And of course, learning anything will take a lot of time, right? So in case you want to do a faster transition into analytics, so you should go for data analytics or business analytics or Power BI or all these things. So let me go to the jobs to answer your question, and let me just search for Power BI. So again, I'll search. I'm just searching for India. Maybe if you are from India, you can just search using. You just have to change the location, right? So you can see lot of openings, lot of openings. Honestly speaking, many of my friends, many of my juniors are getting into the data analytics part. So it's very, as compared to data science, I wouldn't say data science is also very difficult. See, if you know things, definitely you can get a job. Many of my friends who just learned last year, last to last year, they're holding 5 6 offers as well. So it's all about selling yourself, right? Selling yourself by using the proper keywords and all these things. So everything once you start giving up, start applying for jobs, you will understand what kind of questions are being asked, right? So don't go with these words, right? So some you can see this is a data scientist role, right? Don't skip it, because you can see you just have to check in the skills also. They must be very much focused on the dashboarding part, and data science part will be like a good to have, right? Similar, see, Power BI, data analyst, all these things you have to do a research. And I would say that supply is high, demand is less, but you don't worry about it. You don't fall in the bottom 10% or bottom 20% of the students, right? If you think that way, you will not be able to get a job. Always think, if there are 100 jobs and there are 1,000 students, you have to be in the top 10%, right? So you don't always think that I'm not in the top 10%, I'll not be able to make it. In that case, you will never be able to make it. So you always have to think positive. Start giving interviews. Once you already know the basics to intermediate, start giving interviews. There will be enough amount of opportunities. Start giving interviews, then you will understand, okay, these are the questions being asked, and then you revise yourself, and then you will get a job. I'm new here, when I can find Manjini, you just have to go to my channel. So let's say, just ignore my news feed, guys. I will be having a lot of videos with respect to crime petrol and all these things, so just ignore that. I watch a lot of crime petrol. So just search for, let's say you want to search for Power BI, right? Any video you are searching for, just search with my keyword, so you will be getting it. I have an end-to-end data analysis in Power BI. You can see that too is 1 hour 30 minutes. So entire Power BI would be like 3 hours, and this will be good enough for you to kickstart. And of course, there are a lot of advanced topics as well, but for getting started, you can use this. Let's say you are going for EDA. Somebody was asking me, how what is churn analysis. Just go for Satyajit Pattnaik EDA, and you will be able to find out, okay, this one is basically about the churn analysis. Okay, I'll not show the video. This is how it is. In case you want to have an end-to-end machine learning project, just search for end-to-end ML project, something like that. I don't have much materials, guys, just 100 videos. So just scroll through my channel, you will get a lot of things. Okay, thank you, Vaishalini. I just try hard to make people understand. I just don't want to go very deep into the topics, because in that case, most of the people are like beginners, right? So you will not be able to understand. So, and what's the point in going through classes where I'm not able to interact, not able to make you understand? So that's it. Just last 4 to 5 minutes, I will be open for this discussion. Any doubts, anything, just let me know, or else we'll just wind up the session. And thank you all for joining this class, guys. It was really nice, and I enjoyed it. First time, I didn't prepare for anything. I just prepared the PPT, and then I kept on going. Yeah. Any doubts, guys, with respect to anything? Can we get all the materials used in making this? Yeah. Everything, everything. Just give me some time, because I'm not quite personally satisfied with the dashboard that I created. So I will create some meaningful insights, and just check this particular video by tomorrow afternoon, or maybe in the next 12 hours. You will definitely get the link to all the materials. Check the pinned comment. So the first pinned comment will have the code base, and I'll also update the code base in the description as well. Okay, everything will be passed on to you, don't worry. And in case you haven't liked the video, guys, please like the video as well, and that will help me get the reach, because YouTube link algorithms have changed, so it's very difficult to get the traction. So just do this favor, and try to share and subscribe the channel. Share it among your friends, so that people know about my channel. Okay, that's it guys. Anything else, I'm missing out? Any questions? I think I have gone through almost all the questions. And sorry for this. I my actually this is not the camera I use for my classes. I have a better camera, but somehow this is not working today. But it's okay. It's okay. That's it, guys. That's it from today's video. Thank you all for joining the session. I hope you enjoyed the hate crime use case, and I will just pass on this materials and everything to you immediately in like couple of hours. And let's catch up for some other videos. Okay, just an update for the next part. I think I don't have a clarity on June 27th, but I'm trying to invite somebody who can speak on some topic. Let's see. But July first week, that's a very important class you shouldn't miss, because I couldn't get any course related to that in the market. So it's on Google Analytics. How Google Analytics can help you, what all insights you can get, how to analyze a website. So using a simple example, using some live e-commerce websites or some websites, we will be doing that Google Analytics stuff. And there is a Google Analytics expert who will be joining for that particular session. And as you already know, every Sunday 7 p.m., I don't have to give you or send you some notifications. By default, you can come to my channel, some or the other topic, some I will be live on some or the other topic, and it will be fun, right? So that's it from today's video, guys. Thank you, thanks for joining in, and have a good night. Bye bye. In case you have any questions, guys, reach out to me on LinkedIn. The description in the description below, you will find my LinkedIn channel, LinkedIn links. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Closing the stream, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, where is my stream yard? Okay. Thank you, guys.